couple on the Isle of Wight are suing the government over transgender guidelines given to their school. Nigel and Sally Rowe explain their problem to us.
We had two situations in our school when our boys were the age of 6. So the first one was when our eldest, he came home and said that a friend at school, a boy, had turned up to school and had announced that he was now a girl and that he was going to be called by a girl's name. So there was no consultation with the parents, no warning. It just came about like that, and obviously this was totally new to us. And then 2 years later, we also had a very similar situation with our 6-year-old, and a boy would come sometimes dressed as a boy and sometimes dressed as a girl. He just came home and said, "I'm really confused. Can boys become girls? Can girls become boys?"
The parents' legal case focuses on an education policy called the Cornwall Schools Transgender Guidelines, introduced in 2015. Schools are advised to have gender-neutral toilets and allow pupils to wear clothes to reflect their gender identity rather than their biological sex. Sally Rowe thinks schools have been taking these guidelines far too literally.
The teachers think that this is law, and it's not. It's just guidelines, but they are actually scared. The head teacher, when we said, "This is crazy, why are you just allowing this child one day to wear a boy's uniform and then the next the girls, and choosing from day to day," which was the second situation for us. And she said, I have no choice, I just have to accept it. If I don't, I could lose my job. But the problem is government are putting these guidelines as best practice, and they've been doing this since 2017, 2018 as best practice. We've challenged the government on this and they won't back down on it. People say we're brave for speaking out, but also there are a lot of parents, grandparents, and teachers who are really, really grateful that we are speaking out about it, because we're speaking on behalf of many, many hundreds of thousands of people who feel the same way as us, but are scared to speak out.
The UK Department of Education says it's reviewed the Rowe's complaint and found no evidence of any wrongdoing on the part of the school. It also said the school's approach to gender identity, quote, was focused on the well-being of pupils. We spoke with lawyer and transgender rights activist Stephanie Hayden about the case.
No one's promoting anything. This is about a child who has expressed a wish to wear the clothing, as I understand it, commonly associated with female students. This is not about the child of the parents concerned. And to be having legal battles in one of the highest courts in England and Wales about the clothes that another child wears, it seems to me absolutely ridiculous, a waste of the resources of the legal system, and quite frankly an attempt by parents with a particular Christian point of view, which is fine, but to impose that view on others is not fine.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Hawashah, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashim, Hawashah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, Bahashim, Hawashah. And as you can see, you know, this has to stop. All right, we are living, you know, in a society in which, all right, the Lord, all right, will judge, you know, with great anger, man. And we can see why the indignation of the Lord is so roused up against this society, man. You know, but there's no way that this next generation of children can become adults, man. All right, with the seed of wickedness that's being implanted in them. All right, you heard the woman say, you know, at the age of 6, and there's something about that number 6. All right, but at the age of 6, you know, her son was dealing with classmates who's making the decision themselves whether or not to be a boy or a girl, man. You know, this is completely bugged out. All right, and you have people scared to speak. She said, you know, they consider her brave for speaking up, but there's thousands of teachers that feel their way because this society, all right, through Esau's medium witchcraft, you know, the news, he pretty much shamed you to death you know, for even having a thought against wickedness, man. Showing that this is the last days and that that anti-Messiah spirit, you know, is heavy in the earth, man. And this is, all right, the society in which the Lord, all right, will do major damage. All right, the slain of the the slain of the Lord shall be from one end of the earth unto the other, and we see why, man. Now, when you get to Second Ezra 15 and 7, it says, therefore said the Lord. Well, I started on 5. It says, Second Ezra 15:5. He said, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, of sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. See, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. All right, and the source of it comes from America, man. All right, which is ran by Esau Edom. You see? And that's why America will be completely blotted out, you know, within the destruction that's to come. All right? But the Most High is going to do damage to this place, man. And this is why. All right? Wickedness is overflowing. You see, people are always wondering, why this happening? Why is it so bad now? Why is it this? Well, look at the energy that's being forwarded in the earth, man. All right? Righteousness is being, you know, they want to counsel righteous. Cause that's where that council culture goes back to. They want to counsel righteousness, man. You know? But the wickedness is uplifted, man. And Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, is infuriated with this society, man. You know? And when you go into Second Ezra, the 11th chapter, all right, you go to the last few verses, you know, which we know, you know, it goes into these Roman Caesars, these Edomite Roman Caesars, and also we know, all right, that this NATO, EU, and America is Rome revived, all right, that fourth beast, you know, and there's a message, you know, to that fourth beast at the end of this chapter, all right. This is Second Ezra 11, and 40 says, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past the Roman Empire, and had power over all the world with great fearfulness. All right, and we're living in Rome revived, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. Yeah, because here it is, you know, you have parents that don't want their children exposed to that madness. All right, but they got to deal with it, and if they say something, you know, they're ousted. You know, this is an oppressive society where these men is forcing you, all right, to accept wickedness, and not only accept it, your child can choose to participate in it, you know, and you have no say so, man. You see? And it says, and so long dwelt upon the earth with deceit, for the earth has thou not judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, and thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and the pride unto the mighty. See, now it's to the point where Most High has to intervene, man. You know, because it's getting ridiculous, man. You see? And said the highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore appear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings which thou feathers, nor thy malicious head, nor thy hurtful claws, nor any all thy vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and thou shalt and that she may hope for judgment and mercy of him that made her. Yeah, man. So this is the great refreshing, man. And it's gonna begin, all right, with Esau Edom and his rulership being blotted out, man. All right, he's the cancer that has to be cut out. All right, and now we're in a time where the Lord gonna deal with this man and his rulership and his ways, and everyone that's, you know, submitted to this man's ways, man, and tries to uphold this man's ways will, all right, be judged accordingly, man. You know. So this is where we at, man. This generation can't, this generation of children can't grow old, man. All right, we at the cutoff point, you know, and we pray to be delivered, and Lord willing, you know, to aid Yahweh Shai in ruling and ushering in a righteous kingdom, man. You know, so Lord will, you brothers and you few sisters edified till the next time I say Shalom.